Hi friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back. Today in this tutorial we are going to learn how to insert data table in Word documents. So this is another tutorial of UiPath Word automation. So we are going to see here that how to insert data table after any bookmark or after or before any specific text. So here you can see if you want to insert this data table, like we have a row and columns. If you want to add this data table, so basically data table means we'll get that these row and columns from Excel sheet, and then we can write that value in the Word documents. So basically if you can see here, we have this current date, name, address, job title, manager name, or if you have any word, and if you want to add that data table in your Word document after any specific text or a specific bookmark, so, or not only after but before that, if you have multiple that text and you want to add that data table in multiple place in your Word document, then also you can do that. I am going to show you that. Now here you can see if you want to read this data from Excel sheet and you want to write that data here after any word, like after this manager, job title, or at the end here, then also you can do that. So let me first delete that here and I can show you. So to do that you should use insert data table activity. So we have this insert data table activity to perform that action. So what we have to do, we have to just drag and drop, and before that, you know, this activity can be inside Word application scope. So we need to take this Word application scope here and just put that inside this do section. Now here in the Word application scope, I need to select that Word document in which I need to insert this data table. Now you can see here in this insert data table activity here in the screen, we have this option table to insert, like which data table you want to insert in the document. Now insert relative to, so where like you want to insert that based on the document, based on the bookmark, or based on the text. Here we have a like position, you want to add that at the start or at the end of the document. Here we have, if you are going to select this bookmark, then we need to put the bookmark name here, so it will search for that, and that will be like occurrence all. Then here we need to select the position, like that we want to insert that data table before that bookmark or after that bookmark, or we want to just replace that bookmark with that data table. Now here we have other option, that is text. So we need to put that text, like we need to find that text, and after that text or before that text, or we can replace that text with the data table, right? So we have these options. Here you can see in the right side properties, we have a data table as an input, and now a bookmark, then occurrence, that is all, first, last, specific. Here we have an index for the position, now text. Now one by one I will show you the use of everything, so that you can use these relatives like a document, bookmark, or text as per your requirement. So basically here our requirement is to insert the data table in the Word document. So for that we should have that data in a data table. So there are two options. First, if we have this data in Excel sheet, so we can just take one read range activity and we can select that Excel file, and I can delete that. Now using this activity, this read range activity, I am going to read this data from this Excel sheet and going to store that in a data tables, Control K, and now Excel dt. Now coming to the word application scope, we are going to use this appointment later, and then here we are using this insert data table activity. Now the data table which we are going to insert, that is Excel dt, we need to pass here, that is Excel dt. Now we have an option that is insert relative to. So we have this option document. So if we just want to insert the data table based on the document, like the first page of the document or last document, so here we have option position where to insert. So at the start of this document we need to insert that. So just save this. Now I'm just going to close that here. So you will see it will just insert that data table before this appointment later. Now close this, and just I'm going to run that here. But before that I need to close this so that it can read this range. So you have seen here in the appointment later, it has inserted every data which is available in the data table in the Excel sheet. It has written here. So this activity has inserted this data table at the start of this document, right? Now let me delete that. Now here we have another option, that is end. So what will happen, it will just go and write that data table at the end of that document. So you can see here the data has been inserted, the data table has been inserted at the end of this document, right? Now we have another option here. Now we are coming to insert related to the bookmark. Now we have already learnt about this set bookmark content, and you know about this, how to create this bookmark and how to use that bookmark and what is this bookmark. So if you don't know about that, you can go through my previous video. You can search for this set bookmark contents in UiPath, so you will get my video on YouTube. So you can go through that. Now I'm going to tell you about that, how can we insert this data table based on this bookmark. So here you can see we have a current date, name, address, job title, manager. So I have already created this bookmark. If I'm going to insert and then bookmark, I have this address, current date, job title, manager, and this name, right? Now you can see if I want to search this name here, or like I'm going to search this manager, because after this manager line I need to insert that data table. So what I'm going to search here, that is manager. So this manager is not the only text. This manager is the bookmark which will take from this Word document bookmark. So we have this manager, and if you click on go to, it will directly go to this manager. So it means it will insert this the data table after this manager bookmark. So you know, you can create a bookmark also as per your requirement. Now here we are putting this manager name. This is a bookmark name. Now here we have option. So currently here we have this option text occurrence. We have all. We can just select this all, and now because this bookmark will always be one, right? We cannot have the same bookmark for multiple text. So that's why we cannot choose here like a first, second, or third. So that will be all. Now we can choose the position where to insert, like before, after, or replace. So if we'll select before, so that will be inserted before this manager, and if I select this after, so that will insert the data table after this manager. So I'm going to choose here the after, and just going to save that and close this Word document and just run that. So you have seen here that it will look for this manager bookmark, and after this, it has inserted this data table, right? Same way, if we'll go and put here before, so it will insert this data table before this manager, like it will put here, right? Now we have this option that is replace. So what will happen, same as this set bookmark contents, it will just replace that value. So this time it will search for this manager bookmark and it will just replace with the Excel data table. Whatever data we have in Excel sheet, that will be replaced with this manager bookmark. You can just run this. Let me close that. So here you can see that we had a manager bookmark, now that has been replaced with the data table. We are not getting that. Now the another option that we have, let me put that again, that is manager. I'm going back to the UiPath Studio, and now coming to the insert relative, we have another option that is text. Now once we'll select the text, it means we want to insert the data table based on the text available in the Word documents. If we want to insert this data table after this appointment later text, then that will be inserted here. We can look for this current date, we can look for the name, we can look for this, like sometime we write here like appendix A. So if you want to insert the value, the data table after this appendix A, then also we can search that text and we can insert the data table here. So here you can see we have this option to search that text. So if I am going to put that appendix space A, so it will, in the complete Word document here, it will go and search for this text, that is appendix A. Now here, now coming to this test occurrence, now we have option first, last and specific, right? Earlier when we were using that bookmark, we were not getting that, it was just showing the all. Now using this text, we are getting this option, because while searching as a text or while finding as a text only, might be if we are searching for this V or any word that that is duplicate, also might be we are getting appendix A here also, here also, here also. It can be on multiple location. So we can choose here like on the first occurrence. So it will just go and first time it will search for this. So if we are getting appendix A here on the first search, then it will just replace that. It will not replace with all these documents available here, all this text available here. Now here we have option that is before, after, replace. So if I want to insert this after this appendix A, so I can just use this after. Now I'm going to close that and just run that here. So now you can see here in the appointment later, we have used that appendix A. So now after this word, after this text, the data table has been inserted here, right? Now we have the same value here also, and here also. So always make sure that if you are going to write on the any specific position, like on the first or here or at the last, then you have to mention that. So UiPath has given this best feature that we can choose that the position, like we are going to insert on the first occurrence, like on the first time we are going to search this appendix. We have this one also here, we have this one also. So we don't want to replace, or we don't want to insert this data table after each appendix A. We just want to insert on the second here or at the last here. So we have this option. We can go to the UiPath Studio, and here we have an option that is test occurrence. So if we'll choose all, so it will just replace everywhere after, next to this, then here also, because we are selecting here all and we are selecting here position, that is after. Now here we have an option that is last. So it will just go and search for this last one, and it will insert the data table after this one. I can show you that. So you have seen here that after this first appendix A, the data table has not been inserted. Now after the second also it has not been inserted, but at the last it has inserted this data table, right? Because we have mentioned that specific option, that the last occurrence. Now here we have an option that is specific. So a specific means we need to put the index of that. So if we have this document and if we want to insert on the second number, so we can put here, like we have this specific because we have this first, last and this all. And what about like if we have the second, third, fourth or fifth, like that? So if we have this first, second and third, so if I want to insert this data table after this appendix A, this on the second occurrence, then I cannot select this first, I cannot select this last, I cannot select this at all also. So I need to choose this specific, and then here I need to mention that index. So what is that index? Index is 2. So it will go and search for this second appendix, the second occurrence of this appendix, and it will insert here. Now here if we want to select this option like before or after, we can choose that. Now just save that and close that and just run this file. Now you can see here on the second position, like on the second occurrence, first it has not inserted the data table. After this second appendix A, it has inserted this data table because we have selected here that is specific and after the second index. So by this way, if we have multiple appendix A here, and if we just want to insert the data table after the specific occurrence, like we have 1, 2, 3 and we have 4, 5 also. If you want to insert after this 4 index, then we can just put there 4. So the data table will be inserted after that occurrence, right? And the second way, like here we are taking the data from the Excel sheet. So basically that is the scenario, the real-time scenario. We get data from the Excel sheet and then we write that. The second, for the testing purpose, if you are just learning that, so you can just take one build data table here, and you can just click on this data table and just create one column for ID, one column for the string, one column for the name, and you can put few values here like 1. Now this is second. Now press OK. Now we have this data table, a build data table, so we are creating here and we are just putting the same, that is Excel DT, and we can do the same thing here. Now if I want to insert this data table, let me delete that, and we have this 1 2 3 4. so if I want to insert this data table after this fourth occurrence, so I can just put here 4, and if I want to insert before this appendix, fourth appendix, then I can just select this before, or I can select this replace also. Now just save this and close that, and now just run this. So just for the learning purpose, you can use that build data table, or you can create a simple Excel sheet and you can read data from there. Now you can see here the data has been inserted. You can see ID 12, name Manish, and UiPath RPA, and the data has been inserted before this fourth occurrences, that is appendix A, before that, right? So by this way you can insert the data table, you can read the data from Excel sheet, and you can write that Excel data to the Word document using this insert data table activity. And we have lots of options. You can use any one as per your requirement. So I hope you like this video. So if you really like this, then please press the like button, and if you have not subscribed my channel, then please subscribe. Thank you so much friends. Thank you for watching this video.